people dream of the French Riviera, this is usually the picture they get and they have in mind. Welcome to the Promenade des Anglais for today's edition of Explore. It's episode 20-something. We've done a few, so I can't really remember all of them. It's 7 kilometers of sunshine, history, and some of the bluest water in the world right here. So today we're in Nice, France, where we're exploring the Promenade des Anglais. It is known locally as the Bay d'Anglais or the Bay of Angels, called by the locals as La Prom, basically just the promenade. It is one of the most famous French Riviera tourist spots in the world and welcomes millions of tourists every year as they come to enjoy not just the incredible ocean, but also the Old Town Nice and some of the historical sites you'll see here. I'm just going to take a walk along this beautiful stretch of beachfront and show you why I think this is probably one of the most beautiful places in the world. It is also home to the Ironman 70.3 and Ironman Nice, and formerly home to the Ironman World Championship, which has happened here for a few years and will for, I think, one more year this year, and then it'll be moved to other locations. So the promenade stretches about 7 kilometers along this stretch of pebbled beachfronts, not sandy beaches, but pebbly beaches. I'll show you more of that in a second. Broad and wide, people will use this area to ride bicycles up and down, to run in the mornings if you come out here in the mornings. Thousands of people running up and down. And it follows the route around the corner where you get to the port. I'm not sure we'll go that far, but we'll definitely go as far as we can, to show you as much as we can. So interestingly enough, the Promenade des Anglais, this whole section of beachfront, wasn't built by the French. It was built by wealthy English tourists who used to come here in the 1820s and thought they wanted something a little more welcoming when they got here. That's why it's called the Promenade des Anglais, because English tourists in the 1820s that came here often would invest money and create what you see today, which is absolutely beautiful. So whilst Nice does have a lot of history and a lot of statues and fountains, as you would find in any French city, the symbol of Nice, believe it or not, is not a statue or a fountain or some famous landmark. It is in fact le chaise bleue, the blue chairs, which were basically put out on this promenade area for people just to come and sit and unwind. And over the years, over many years, the blue chair became the symbol of Nice. So Nice is considered probably one of the most expensive cities to live in France, and let's be honest, most of France is not cheap. But here in Nice, if you were looking for an apartment, let's say somewhere on the beachfront here, for a 2-bedroom apartment, maybe 100 square meters or so, would probably set you back €1 million+. I saw at an estate agent when I was walking around, I saw a picture in the window for what is essentially a studio apartment, which is bedroom, lounge, kitchen, all in one room with a separate bathroom, going for €850,000. If you're talking in the South African context, times that by 19 to give you an idea. So if you want to live in Nice, best you have a lot of money. So France is currently experiencing a heat wave. It's one of the reasons why the event here this weekend, which brought thousands of athletes from around the world to come and race the Ironman, was cancelled. And I see many of the Ironman athletes running up and down, almost doing their own race in defiance of the local government. Not cancelled by the organization, but cancelled by the prefecture, provincial government in the region, who said, hey, you know what, it's a red warning heat wave. We're not racing. But they've come out anyway to enjoy. Every year, thousands of people, millions of people make their way to the French Riviera, and they stop here in Nice, which means there are loads of hotels in Nice, plenty of great restaurants for pretty much anything you want. If you want a cheaper meal, say a €10 burger and a beer, you can find it. If you want some fine French dining, you'll find it, oftentimes next to each other. The climate here in Nice is pretty decent the whole year round, with their winter temperatures seldom going below 10, 11 degrees Celsius. And in summer, as we're experiencing right now, go well over 30.
La nuit s'étend comme un drap de soie. Les lueurs des cafés dansent lentement.
So if you're looking for a beach paradise, the Promenade des Anglais here in Nice is definitely that. But if you're looking for soft sandy beaches, you're not going to find that here. What you are going to find is a lot of pebbles. Very interesting.
Je cherche l'ombre où ton souvenir se penche.
Okay, so I lie. There is some soft beach sand here. The beach volleyball courts that are being used here. This sand, however, is not natural to the area. It's been brought here for the volleyball courts.
Sur la table de bois reflète le visage d'une fille qui attend. Oh, la vie en rose dans ce jazz ancien. Tes doigts sur ma joue, le temps s'est arrêté. Les notes flottent comme des papillons.
So that sign says Quai de Nice, which is the key of the United States.
En rose dans ce jazz ancien. Ton rire résonne dans chaque accord lent. Je ferme les yeux et je te revois.
As I said, you can see tons and tons of cocktail lounges, bars, restaurants, lots and lots of places to enjoy.
La lumière tamisée danse sur mes doigts. Je touche le fauteuil où tu as assis. Sens ton parfum dans l'air qui s'immobilise. Un serveur passe avec un sourire.
Okay, so as you've seen, as we've walked up and down the promenade, there is loads of people cycling and running. Nice has a very strong exercise culture. People get out and go and enjoy the outdoors and the scenery. To be honest with you, if this was my daily view, I think I'd go for a run every day. What a beautiful place to go. I'm going to take a walk. We're going to sort of head off the promenade now, and I want to show you the port where some of the luxury yachts are docked. And another feature, which I'm yet to do, but I'm told is really good to do, it's climbing the stairs to see one of the best views in the world. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Let's see how it goes.
Le jazz continue.
Okay guys, Hotel Suisse is one of the finer hotels here in Nice, along the Promenade des Anglais. And over there you can see the start of the stairs, 90 meters of altitude. I think it's something like 1,000 stairs that take you all the way up, winding all the way up to the top there, where you can get a full view of the two sides of Nice that are separated with this hill
Qui ne
in between.
finira pas. La nuit s'achève.
When you're up here, it kind of gives you a full view of the 7 kilometers of the Promenade des Anglais, as we said, not built by the French, built by English tourists in the 1820s, who basically wanted a cool place along the beachfront, so they just built it, which I think is pretty cool, but just gives you a really cool view of the entire 7 kilometers of the Promenade des Anglais. And if you look out that way, you can just see how many people are out enjoying the hot weather. Sadly for the Ironman athletes today, the hot weather meant no race, but it hasn't stopped people going to enjoy themselves and get to the beach. And as I said, I've seen a whole lot of Ironman athletes running up and down all over the place, so it's been pretty cool. It's the hashtag I Love Nice sign, which they change during the year. So if there's an event happening in Nice, they switch the sign out for something else. I know during the Tour de France, they had a Tour de France I Love Nice sign up here, and during the Olympics, they had a Olympics I Love Nice sign, so they do change it as the events change. But it's iconic. If you come to Nice, you want to have a picture of this sign. So this view from here really gives you a good sense of Nice. The airport is right over there. You land pretty close to the city, and the metro ride from the airport to your hotel in the center of Nice is probably about 20 minutes, which, if you think about it, that's pretty cool. But this just gives you an idea of how beautiful the city is, set on this hill, on this bay, where you can live. I mean, absolutely beautiful place to live. I would love to live here. And then, of course, you've got this panoramic view of this beautiful Azur coastline, all of the hotels and apartment buildings here. And then as you go past this section, you now get into the other side of Nice, which is even more exclusive, where the port is. They say that some of the apartments around the other side there are a little bit less expensive, but in context, it's not less expensive if you come from a normal country like South Africa. So there is a pathway you can follow that you can walk along. It's not very protected, but there is a pathway you can follow from the one side to the other side, walking along the rocks and making your way slightly more rustic around this area. So this area of coastline is called the Côte d'Azur, the Azur coast, and it's isn't filtered. This isn't me using a lens to give it this azure color. It's a combination of the Mediterranean Sea, the bright sunshine, and the white limestone that is on the bottom of the water that just gives it this incredibly blue, sparkling blue look about it. It is absolutely stunning. So every time I come to Nice, I'm always tickled by this little statue they've got here. This is classic French style. Going to the French Riviera for a holiday, you would hop in your little Fiat, grab all your beach goodies, and come on down. Okay, so we've left the Promenade des Anglais just for a little bit, and we've made our way around to the other side of the sort of hill that separates Nice into two parts. And as you can see, this is where the rich come to play on their 50 million euro or dollar yachts. It really is a different lifestyle. You can say this yacht is making its way out, and no, these are not commercial. Well, some of them are commercial, but a lot of them are privately owned yachts by incredibly wealthy people here in Europe and from around the world. But as you can see, some of the city stretches all the way up there, all the way around these beautiful apartments that you can rent. I mean, can you imagine living here? And this is kind of like where you come for your morning coffee. You come and sit here and enjoy a morning coffee. Speaking of a beverage, I might just find myself a little spot and have a little beverage. But yeah, exploring the promenade is something I do every year that I come to Nice, and this is, I think, year number 4 for me in Nice. Disappointed not to be racing today or to be doing the race today, but really just so blessed to be here. It's just such a beautiful city. It's probably one of my favorite cities in the world, and you've probably heard me say that a few times. But for me, if I were to pick somewhere where I could live, if you said to me, budget is no option, there's no problem financially, you can choose where you want to live, it would be here in Nice. I like the lifestyle, I like the climate, I like the view, I like the vibe in the city. It's comfortable, it's exciting. There's always something happening in Nice. There's always a festival or a music festival or an art festival or a sporting events. There's just always something going on here in Nice, and most of it happens along the Promenade des Anglais and surrounds. This is pretty cool. They've got a pump for a bicycle, and then they've got some tools. If you want to sort your bike out, you've got some tools here. That's really cool. Le vélo. Okay, so that is a walk along the 7-kilometer long Promenade des Anglais here in the Côte d'Azur in Nice. It is a beautiful city. It's even a more beautiful beachfront area. I reckon it's one of the most beautiful beachfronts in the world. And the fact that it is located on the cliffs and around this beautiful city here on the French Riviera just means that it's a place well worth exploring. There's a lot more to explore here in Nice than just the promenade. There's the old town, which is in that direction there. You can go walk around. You see lots of cultural and lots of French heritage as you explore. But if you are coming to Nice, one of the major reasons you come here is for the Promenade des Anglais. Lots of hotels, lots of restaurants, lots of entertainment, lots of activity. And every year in June is the Ironman, which sadly this year did not happen. Okay, we won't focus on the negatives, we'll focus on the positive. The positive is we were here, we got to experience this beautiful place. Hey, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. If you haven't done it yet, please consider giving this video a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoy what you see, give us a subscribe. Exploring the world, one beautiful destination at a time. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.